Math. This is Module 2, Lesson 23, and we are continuing to work with long division. Our objective today is to divide 3- and 4-digit dividends by 2-digit divisors, resulting in 2- and 3-digit quotients, reasoning about the decomposition of successive remainders in each place value. Okay, the long and short of this objective is we are dividing 3- and 4-digit dividends, right? Remember, dividend goes underneath the division symbol. Say 3,421 by 2-digit divisors. So let's go with 17 into 2- and 3-digit quotients. Okay, so this is going to be a bigger quotient here, so let's see what we've got. 17 would go into 34. Actually, 17 would go into 34 2 times exactly, because 2 times 7 is 14, carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Then we're going to have 0, but then we bring down that 2. Okay, 17 does not go into 2, so I would have to put a 0 there. 0 times 17 is 0. Bring down that 2 and bring down the 1. 17 goes into 21 one time. 1 times 17 is 17. And we have remainder 4. Okay, so that means reasoning about the decomposition of successive remainders in each place value. That means we had to reason here, we had to reason here, and we had to reason here. 17 went into 34 2 times. 17 went into 2 0 times, and 17 went into 21 1 time. Okay, so 3- and 4-digit dividends, that's the dividend. 2-digit divisors, that's the divisor, resulting in 2- and 3-digit quotients. Here's the quotient. Okay, and reasoning about the decomposition of successive remainders. So this is a successive remainder. All right. Not too difficult, just further extending what we've already been working on. So please write your name on the paper. We're in our Learn book, Lesson 23, number 1. Divide, then check, using multiplication. So I'm going to try and write a little bit smaller because I do know that this is going to go down for a bit. So let's see. 23 times 2 would be 46. I know that because 3 times 2 is 6 and 2 times 2 is 4. So if I put 23 into 42 2 times, I'm going to get 46 here. Then I'm going to subtract, and I have 2 there, and I'm going to bring down the 5. Now I have 23 into 25. Well, that's only going to fit in there once. So 1 times 23 is 23. Now I have 2, and I bring down the 9, and I have 29. And 23 fits into 29 one time as well. 1 times 23 is 23, and my remainder is 6. Okay, so that worked, and I did have to write a little bit smaller, just fit, and I see that I'm writing on a curve, so I'll try and write more straight up and down. Sorry about that. How do I check my work? Well, I multiply the quotient by the divisor, and I add the remainder. Okay, that's going to give me, hopefully, 4,859. Let's try it. 21 times 23. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. Drop a 0. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Now I have 3, 5, 8, 4. Okay. Then I'm going to take that number, 1,800 or 1,853, and add my remainder, which was 6. And I should get, that's a 4, 4, 4. 4,859. 4,859. Great. So I checked my work and it worked out. Next one. Okay, 4,368 divided by 52. Okay, well, 52 doesn't go into 4. 52 doesn't go into 43, so nothing there, nothing there. 52 will go in to 436. So how many times will it go into there? I'm going to round down to 50 in my head, okay? So if I imagine that as 50, 50 times what would give me 400? 50 times 20, do you think? Let's try it, not 20. 50, let's count by 50s. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450. Well, that's too far, so I'm going to go back one, and that's 8, right? So 8 times 52, there's a 6, carry the 1. 8 times 50 is 40, plus 1 is 41. Then I have a remainder of 20, bring down the 8. And 52 will go into 208, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 50, 100, 150, 200, right? So 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 times 5 is 20. Look at that, 0 remainder. All right, let's check our work. If this is correct, then 84 times 52 should equal 4,368. Let's try it. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. Okay, drop the 1. 5 times 4 is 20. Carry the 2. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 2 is 42. And I have 8, 6, 3, 4. There it is. Works out. Next one. 7,200. Hang on. 7,242 divided by 34. Well, 34 times 2 is 68, and that's just under 72, so let's go there. Okay, so 68, and 72 minus 68 is 4. Bring down the 4. 34 into 44 will go one time, and I'll have 10 left over, right? Bring down the 2. 34 into 102. Will it fit 3 times? I think it will. 33 times 3 would be 99, so 34 times 3 is going to be pretty close. Let's see. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. It does work. All right, and then we check our work. 213 times 34. No remainder to add, so this is just one step. 4 times 3 is 12. Carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 4 times 2 is 8. Drop the 0. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. Then add 2, 14, 9, 10, 11, 12. Carry the 1, 7. 7,242. Works out. Letter D. 3 divided by 1, 6, 4. 45. Okay, 45 is not going to go into 3. It's not going to go into 31. So we're going to have to go all the way over to the tens place. Again, should we round up to 50? Let's round up to 50 in our head, right? So let's think of this as 50. 50 times 6 would give us 30, or 300. 50 times 6 would give us 300, so let's try that. 6. 6 times 5 is 30, carry the 3. 6 times 4 is 24, 25 to 6, 27. Okay, subtract. And I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Uh-oh, what'd I do wrong? 45 will actually fit in there one more time, so we're going to do that over again. 3,164. 45, and we're going to try 7 this time, okay? Because this remainder was bigger than our divisor, so we need to bump it up a little bit. So 7 times 5 is 35, carry the 3. 7 times 4 is 28, 29, 30, 31. There it is, okay? And now we have 1 left over, which makes sense because this was 45 and this is 46. So there's 1 in between there. So there's 1. Bring down the 4. Well, 45 is going to go into 14 exactly 0 times. 0 times 45 is 0. Oops. And our remainder is 14. Okay. Now I took up a little space there when I made that mistake. It wasn't a mistake, it was just a bad estimate. Sometimes we have to go back. And so I'm going to have to 45 times 70. I'm going to have to check my work down here. Plus 14, okay? That should equal our dividend. So 45 times 70, and I'm just going to write it underneath here. Save a little space. I'm going to skip the 0. 7 times 5 is 35, carry the 3. 7 times 4 is 28, 29, 30, 31, okay? That plus 14 equals 3164. Good, works out. There. Yeah, sometimes we make mistakes, that's okay. Next one, 9,152 divided by 29. Like I said, it's not a mistake, it was just a poor calculation, so we did it over. Next one, 29. Well, if we rolled that up to 30, 30 times 3 is 90, so let's try 3. 3 times 9 is 27, carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 7, 8, okay. And subtract 11 minus 7 is 4. Bring down the 5. 29 is going to go into 45 one time. So 1 times 29 is 29. And let's see, 16 left over. Bring down the 2. 29 into 162. Well, let's think of this as 30 again and count by 30s. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Okay, let's try that. 5. 5 times 9 is 45. Carry the 4. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. Okay. Turn that into a 5. And 12 minus 5 is 7. 5 minus 4 is 1. Remainder 17. Now I check my work. 315 times 29. I'm multiplying the quotient times the divisor, then adding the remainder to get our dividend. So 315 times 29. Look at all this multiplication practice you're getting. 13, carried 1, 27, 28, then the 0, 0, 1 is 3, and 6. Okay, that's, wait a minute. Yep, 5, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, carry 1, 7, 8, 9, 9, 1, 3, 5, plus 17 is 2, 5, 1, 9,152, which is our dividend. Good. Next, 4,424 divided by 63. 63 will not go into 44, so I'm going to jump all the way over to 442. Well, 50 would go into 40. Let's see, 50, 100, 150, 200, 8 times. 60 is a little bit bigger, but we have a little extra there with that 42. Do you think we can do it? I don't think so. I think we should go back down to 7. I think 7 is a good estimate. If we're wrong, we'll change it, we'll go back. 7 times 3 is 21, carry the 2. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 2 is 44. Wow, look at that. We were close, weren't we? We got really good. All right, leftover, remainder is 1. Bring down the 4. 63 goes into 14 how many times? 0 times. 0 times 63 is 0. Now our remainder is 14. Now I don't know if you caught it just now, I almost fell into the trap of calling this the remainder and forgetting the ones spot. Do not forget the ones. You have to remember 63 into 14 because you can't forget to leave something in the one spot. All right. It's usually 0 if you're trying to jump right to the remainder. Okay. Next, let's check our work. 63 times 70. Drop the 0. 7 times 3 is 21. Carry the 2. 7 times 6 is 42. Plus 2 is 44. Then I'm going to add 14, and I get 4,424. There it is. Number 2. Okay, there's only 2 pages today. Mr. Riley baked 1,692 chocolate cookies. Yum. Do you guys ever buy a raisin cookie thinking it's a chocolate chip cookie? And then you bite into it and you realize it's a raisin and your whole day is just ruined. That happened to me recently. I was in Caracas and we went to this coffee place to get coffee, and I saw these beautiful chocolate chip cookies on the counter. They were freshly baked and they were in this beautiful little package, and I thought I would buy them and give myself a little treat. And I got in the car and I took a bite and it was raisins. I don't like raisins. I bet that's happened to some of you. Anyway, I'm sorry. Mr. Riley baked 1,692 chocolate cookies. He sold them in boxes of 36 cookies each. Okay. How much money did he collect if he sold them all at $8 per box? So this is a 2-part story. First of all, we have 1,692 chocolate cookies that he sold in boxes of 36. So that's 3 dozens, right? 3 dozen. And let's see, 36, so we want to figure out how many boxes he sold, right? And then later we'll multiply those boxes times how much he sold for. Okay, 36 goes into 1 0 times. 36 goes into 16 0 times. 36 into 69, let's see, 169. So if I round up to 40, 40 times 4 would be 160. So let's try that. 4 times 6 is 24, carry the 2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. And my leftover, my remainder, is 25, which is less than our divisor, so we're doing good. Okay, then I bring down the 1 spot. 36 into 252. So again, if I go up to 40, in my mind, if I think of this as 40, if I round it up to 40 in my mind, 40 times 6 would be 240. Now this is a little less than 40. Do you think, what's 4 times, it's 4 times 6. Nope. I think we're going to stick with 6. Yeah. 6 times 6 is 36. Carry the 3. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 3 is 19, 20, 21. And 36 is our leftover. Okay. So remainder 36. Oh, wait a minute. 36, we can't have a remainder of 36. 36 is our dividend. So let's erase this. Okay, I'm going to erase all of this. I'm going to go back 1 step. And it's going to let me erase just that line without erasing the 5. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to change this to 7 and see if I can make that a little bit closer. So 7 times 6 is 42, carry the 4. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 4 is 25, with 0 left over. He must have sold 47 boxes. Now, if there was some left over, it's probably because they were broken. And you know, broken ones are fair game. I bet Mr. Riley ate them, right? Okay, 47 boxes times $8. All right, we're going to multiply that. 8 times 7 is 56, carry the 5. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 5 is 37. $37. No, $376. There it is. How much money did he collect if he sold them at $8 per box? Now, we don't know how much it cost them to make them, so we would actually have to subtract how much it cost to make them to see what his profit was, but he did take home $376 that day. Okay. 1,092 flowers are arranged in 26 vases, or vases, depending on how you pronounce that. It's the jar that flowers go in. With the same number of flowers in each vase, how many flowers would be needed to fill 130 such vases? Vases. I don't know. I grew up saying vase, so it's one of those colloquialisms, meaning that in some regions of the United States they say vase, and in some regions they say vase. But, you know, I'm from Wisconsin, so vase it is, okay? Anyway, we have 1,092 flowers, 26 vases. How many flowers would be needed to fill 130 vases? Okay, so this is also a two-part. And we're going to see how many flowers they put into each of the vases, and then we're going to multiply that number by 130 to see what we get. So 26 into 1 goes 0 times, right? 26 into 10 goes 0 times. 26 into 129 would go 4 times, right? And in my head, I thought of the number 25, and I multiplied it by 4 to get 100. And that's going to work because 6 is only 1 more than that, so it would be 104, right? So 6 times 4 is 24, carry the 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. And, careful, that's a 9 and that's a 4. My handwriting fool you. Then bring down the 2, and 26 goes into 52 2 times. Okay, so 42 flowers in each vase. Now, how many flowers would we need to fill 130 vases? Okay, so 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. Then drop a 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 3 is 12. Carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. And we would need 5,460 flowers to fill 130 vases. Okay. The elephant's water tank holds 2,560 gallons of water. That is a lot of water. I had a horse when I was a kid, and we had a big tank that we would fill for him. We had to fill that every day. And then in wintertime, ice would form on the top of the tank. You'd have to break it through so the horse could get water. Poor horse. He was fine. He had a barn and stuff. The water would just freeze outside. It was the outside water tank. He had warm water inside. Not warm, but room temperature. Okay. The elephant's water tank holds 2,560 gallons of water. After 2 weeks, the zookeeper measures and finds that the tank has 1,944 gallons of water left. Okay. If the elephant drinks the same amount of water each day, how many days will a full tank of water last? So first of all, we're going to figure out how much he drank per day. So we're going to subtract and see how much was missing from the tank. And that number is 616 gallons is what he drank in 2 weeks. Okay, so if the elephant drinks the same amount of water of each day, how many days will a full tank of water last? So let's divide this by 2 weeks, which is 14 days, remember? 2 weeks equals 2 times 1 week. I know this is the long way. You know how many days are in 2 weeks, but I'm showing you, again, how we convert units because some of you keep forgetting. Okay. So if there are 14 days in 2 weeks, that means we're going to divide this number by 14. So 14 goes into 61 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16, carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Then we have 5 left over, bring down the 6. 14 goes into 56 4 times, right? Because there's 56 right there. 56, which is 0. So 44 gallons per day. Now, we know that how many gallons per day, and we know what a full tank is. We can divide this number, there's a lot of steps to this problem, by 44, and that will tell us how many days a full tank will last. Lots of steps. Okay, 44 will not go into 2. 44 will not go into 25. 44 will go into 256, approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Maybe 6 times. I don't think so. No, 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. Carry the 2. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2 is 22. Subtract that. Bring down the 0. 44 into 340. I'm just wondering if I've made a mistake and they're tricking us. I might go check the answer after this, okay? Let's call that 10 times would be 440, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. Carry the 2. 7 times 4 is 28. Plus 2 is 29. 30. Okay, then we have 242 left over. So 57 days, remainder 42. Yeah, 57 days with a little bit left over, almost 58 days. Let's see what they said as their answer, just to double check it, okay? Wait a minute here. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something. There was a lot of steps in that problem. They said, okay, so we did this correctly. We got 616 and we divided that and we got 44. And then they said that went into their 58 days with 8 remaining. Is that what we said? No, we had 57 days with 42 remaining. All right, let's try it again. Clearly we made a mistake somewhere. Glad I checked. All right, so 5. 5 times 4 is 20, carry the 2. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2 is 22. Then we have 6 and 3. Ah, there it is. I had a 4 there for whatever reason. Interesting. Okay, 58. See, I must have just written it wrong or something. I'm not sure what I did. Okay, 8 times 4 is 32. Carry the 3. 8 times 4 is 16, 32, 33, 34, 35. with 8 left over. So 58, remainder 8, so 58 days with a little left over. There we go. I hope that you are understanding long division and multiplication and that those are going well for you. If you are still having trouble with either multiplication or long division, I need you to be practicing and asking for help, okay? Because the assessment, the final assessment is right around the corner and we won't be coming back to multiplication and division for a long time because we're going to roll into fractions soon. So let me know. Thank you. Have a great day.